I'm Matt Carey, documentary editor, Deadline.com, and we are in the Deadline studio at Sundance with the directors of Gaucho Gaucho, which is premiering in U.S. documentary competition. To my immediate left is Michael Dweck, and further down on the couch is Gregory Kershaw. Congratulations to you on this film. It's your third time at Sundance.
It is. It is. Thanks. We're so honored to be here again.
I guess you like this festival.
We do. It's like a home for us. It's become a home,
Yeah,
a cold
so-
home. But a
Yeah,
home.
and I saw you a few years ago for The Truffle Hunters, certainly one of the best films of that year, or really any year. And in here in Gaucho Gaucho, it has what I would call your signature of absolutely beautiful photography. But explain where Gaucho Gaucho is set and kind of what it's about.
so Gaucho Gaucho is it's a film about a community of gauchos, and gauchos are they're Argentine cowboys and cowgirls, and the name of the film is Gaucho Gaucho, and to be Gaucho Gaucho is different than just being a gaucho. To be Gaucho Gaucho means you're a true gaucho. You live by the traditions, you uphold the honor, you dress like a gaucho, you know the songs, you know the dance, and what we found through the filming is that to be Gaucho Gaucho is really to hold on to this idea of freedom. And that really became sort of the guiding light for the film. It was an exploration of freedom, what it means to be free, the cost of freedom, and the joy and beauty that you can live if you find it.
You shot the film in black and white, which I think confers a kind of timeless feel to it, which is so appropriate because, as I was saying, in some ways, this film transports one. It feels like you're going back to the 19th century. Like, wow, this is a way of life that has been around for a long time.
And that was, we with our films, we always spend so much time there with the communities before we even start filming. And in this case in Argentina, we spent like a month, and at some point it kind of clicked, is that this place did feel timeless to us, and we did some tests, and we looked in the viewfinder. We created a LUT that was black and white, and all of a sudden it just popped. It's so beautiful. The textures were so rich, and that's what we ended up doing. We never actually saw anything in color during the shooting process. Nothing except what was in front of us. But in front of the lens, we never saw anything in color again.
Oh, very interesting. This was not a post production. Yeah, let's take the chroma out. This is not your thinking there on that. Some remarkable people in the film. Santito, who I believe, if I'm correct, we first meet him, if you will, while he's in a tree. Pretty striking image right there. And we meet Gaucha. But tell me about some of the people in the film.
Well, it's one of the things that we discovered while making this film was that the Gaucho community, it's a community that is still very much alive. And it ended up being an intergenerational story because we found that the younger people, they grow up and they want to be gauchos. It's a tradition that is so deeply ingrained in their culture and their families, and it's something that they want to carry on. So we have in the story, there's a father-son story. It's and Johnny and Solano. Johnny's 8 years old, and we have Lucas and Pancho, and they're 9 and 11, and then we have older gauchos. We have Lelo, who's like the gray beard, and he's 84 years old. But they're all they're there's this intergenerational exchange of knowledge and traditions that we were very we love seeing. We love seeing a culture that was so alive.
And Santito, I just want to add about Santito. So he has a radio show, right? A Gaucho radio show, 2 hours a day.
It was, and I just want to say, it was so shocking. Like, wow, he seems like a guy out of another time. And then you cut to him, and he's in the studio doing a radio show. Last thing I would have expected.
And imagine, so 2 hours a day, he's a show religiously from 5 to 7, and you can listen to him on a transistor radio. So 10 people in the town listen to him on a transistor radio. And his other job is every morning at 7:30, he distributes newspapers. So that's him in the horse throwing a newspaper to 10 people. But he's it's his calling. He's a town crier. He's the singer. He's a newspaper distributor. He kind of does everything.
One of the things I wanted to ask about is, there are a number of scenes where they're praying for rain. It's like, I've been very concerned about the climate. Climate and climate change was the backdrop in certain respects to the truffle hunters. That was set in the Piedmont region of Italy, of course, and searching for truffles. And if the climate changes, well, that's going to affect whether truffles grow and that sort of thing. But here, it again is in sort of in the background of like, in that open question of, is this kind of life going to be able to be lived in the future? I guess that's an uncertain.
What was different about this film also is that Truffle Hunters, it didn't feel to us it was multi-generational. We didn't have another generation, and in this film we do. I mean, there's a generation that really wants to pass traditions on. Johnny and Solano. Johnny's like his twin, and he wants to do everything his father did, and also Solano's do everything his father did. And we see the two boys, Pancho and Lucas, going off on an adventure for a few nights, and they're carrying on a tradition. So we think that climate, of course, is a challenge for them. It hasn't rained in quite a bit, and that's so they have to kind of learn how to adapt. But we're hoping kind of with this film, there's going to be some, and we have an impact program that we're going to help with after the film is done. We did the same with Truffle Hunters, that we actually raised quite a bit of money to preserve the land that's there. So that kind of helped to preserve like the culture. So I think the same thing we're going to end up doing with this one as well to help in some way.
You did have those octogenarian characters in the Truffle Hunters, which are so extraordinary, and many canine characters, including Birba, we were just talking about. I remember very fondly. You're saying Birba is going to be in a feature film.
Yes, that's going to Hollywood.
That's pretty cool right there. How about the horses? Did you sort of identify personalities, if you will, among the horses? Because you can't be a gaucho without a horse.
Yeah, well, the relationship between human and horse was something that was very fundamental to this story. And when you see a gaucho riding a horse, you witness something that it feels quite miraculous. It's human and horse merging, and what we wanted to do is figure out a way to bring that experience to the audience, to have them feel this incredible connection between human and animal. And as you see in the film, we did these tracking shots. We ended up bringing a camera car across the country, 25 hours up to these mountaintop locations we were filming. Yeah, so we could be going at the same speed as the horses, going through these vast landscapes of. We had a lot of flat tires with cactus popping our tires, but the hope is that when you see these scenes, you're transporting and you feel what it's like to be on a horse going through wilderness and really ultimately freedom.
I was really intrigued. I was wondering how you got those shots. Could it be a drone? I mean, it's so smooth, but that's
We're anti-drone.
You're anti-drone. Okay. Well, I mean, it's just one of the many beautiful aspects of the film, and congratulations to you on your world premiere at Sundance of Gaucho Gaucho, Michael Dweck and Gregory Kershaw. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much.
much. Yeah.